Hi, I'm Silas with AIA. Today, we're exploring important English phrases with pictures. They aren't just any phrases, they're common expressions that you will find in everyday conversations. So grab a seat and let's unlock the secrets of English through powerful images. Food and drink. Comida y bebida. A sentence to describe this picture is: the beefsteak is so mouth-watering. En español sería el bistec es tan apetitoso. Our phrase being used here is mouth-watering.
I am distracted by this mouth-watering chicken breast.
En español sería apetitoso. So this phrase simply means food that looks or tastes really good. Another example is: this cake is mouth-watering. Este pastel is apetitoso.
I am distracted by this mouth-watering chicken breast. I am distracted by this mouth-watering chicken breast.
Another sentence we could use is: looks like it would melt in your mouth. En español, parece que se desharía en la boca. Our phrase here is melt in your mouth.
They will melt in your mouth.
They simply melt in your mouth.
En español, se derrita en tu boca. So we use this phrase to talk about food that is so soft, when you put it in your mouth, it almost disappears. Another example is: this chocolate melts in your mouth. Este chocolate se derrite en su boca.
They will melt in your mouth. They will melt in your mouth.
They simply melt in your mouth. They simply melt in your mouth.
I'm really happy to tell you that we just finished making a really helpful guide for you. Here you'll learn 7 secrets to speak English easier and faster than ever before, and improve your speaking practice. It is free for you to download. Just click the link in the first comment. For this picture, a sentence we can say is: these chicken wings are so juicy and this cocktail is so refreshing. Estas alitas de pollo son tan jugosos y este cóctel es tan refrescante. Here we're using some key phrases such as juicy.
I'm making you a nice, big, juicy steak.
Big juicy burgers.
So juicy in español, jugoso. Juicy refers to food that is soft and easy to eat. Another example is: this chicken is so juicy. Este pollo es tan jugoso.
I'm making you a nice, big, juicy steak. I'm making you a nice, big, juicy steak.
Big juicy burgers. Big juicy burgers.
Our next word is refreshing.
Refreshing.
It's very refreshing.
En español sería refrescante. We use this to talk about something that makes you feel cool and relaxed. Another example is: a cold drink on a hot day is very refreshing. Una bebida fría en un día muy caluroso es muy refrescante.
Refreshing. Refreshing.
It's very refreshing. It's very refreshing.
Nature. Naturaleza. Let's look at some sentences to talk about this picture. It's a wonderful place with a clear sky and scenic mountains. Es un lugar maravilloso con un cielo despejado y montañas pintorescas. Here we can see the word clear.
It's a pretty clear sky right now.
Clear sky.
En español sería despejado. This means that it's easy to understand or see through. Another example is the sky is so clear today. El cielo está despejado hoy.
It's a pretty clear sky right now. It's a pretty clear sky right now.
Clear sky. Clear sky.
Our next word or phrase is scenic.
It's romantic and scenic.
We're taking the scenic route.
Okay, pintoresco. We use this when we have beautiful views of nature. Another example would be, we took a scenic drive through the mountains. Hicimos un recorrido pintoresco por las montañas.
It's romantic and scenic. It's romantic and scenic.
We're taking the scenic route. We're taking the scenic route.
And for this picture, Switzerland has many peaceful and breathtaking views. Suiza tiene muchas vistas tranquilas y impresionantes. Our first phrase, peaceful,
It's very peaceful.
The city looks so peaceful from up here.
en español significa tranquilo. And this means just quiet and calm. Another example is the garden is a peaceful place. El jardín es un lugar tranquilo.
It's very peaceful. Very peaceful.
The city looks so peaceful from up here. The city looks so peaceful from up here.
And our next phrase is breathtaking.
Breathtaking.
It's breathtaking.
Que significa impresionante. We use this when something is extremely beautiful or amazing. Another example is, the view from the hill is breathtaking. La vista desde la colina es impresionante.
Breathtaking. Breathtaking.
It's breathtaking. It's breathtaking.
Weather, Clima. Let's look at a sentence to describe this picture. The air in autumn is so fragrant and crisp. El aire en otoño es fragrante y fresco. Let's look at our first phrase here, fragrant.
The air is sweet and fragrant.
Magnolia is the most fragrant flower.
En español, fragante. We use this to talk about something that has a pleasant or a good smell. Another example is, roses are very fragrant. Las rosas son muy fragantes.
The air is sweet and fragrant. The air is sweet and fragrant.
Magnolia is the most fragrant flower. Magnolia is the most fragrant flower.
Our next word or phrase is crisp.
It was cold and crisp.
And the air was crisp and clear.
Crisp significa fresco en español. Fresh and pleasant is often used when it's slightly cold outside, but not too cold. Another example is, the air was so crisp this morning. El aire estaba tan fresco esta mañana.
It was cold and crisp. It was cold and crisp.
And the air was crisp and clear. And the air was crisp and clear.
Now let's look at a sentence to describe this picture. I can't stand the bitter cold and gloomy days in winter. No soporto los días fríos intensos y los sombríos del invierno. So here we have the phrase bitter cold.
It was bitter cold then.
It was bitter cold.
En español, esto significa frío intenso. We use this phrase when it's very cold or uncomfortably cold. Another example could be, it's bitter cold outside in winter. Afuera hace un frío intenso en invierno.
It was bitter cold then. It was bitter cold then.
It was bitter cold. It was bitter cold.
Our next phrase is a gloomy day.
It's still a gloomy day.
It was a cold, gloomy day in Seattle.
En español, día sombrío. We use this to talk about a day that's dark and depressing. Another example is, November has many gloomy days. Noviembre tiene muchos días sombríos.
It's still a gloomy day. It's still a gloomy day.
It was a cold, gloomy day in Seattle. It was a cold, gloomy day in Seattle.
Color, color. Let's look at a sentence that we can use to describe this picture. The parrot's feathers are vibrant and eye-catching. Las plumas del loro son vibrantes y llamativas. Our first phrase here, vibrant.
Colors are vibrant.
And it makes it so vibrant.
En español significa vibrante. We use this to talk about colors that are very bright and bring energy to the viewer. Another example we can use, the painting was vibrant. La pintura fue vibrante.
Colors are vibrant. Colors are vibrant.
And it makes it so vibrant. And it makes it so vibrant.
Our next phrase used here is eye-catching. En español sería llamativo. We use this to talk about something that's very attractive or noticeable. Another example we can see, she wore an eye-catching dress. Ella llevaba un vestido llamativo. Let's look at another sentence for this picture. The room looks glamorous with a pop of color. La habitación luce glamurosa con un toque de color. Let's look at the phrase, a pop of color.
The room needed a pop of color.
Parker calls it a pop of color.
En español, un toque de color. So in English, this means that it's full of bright colors. Another example could be, the hall has a pop of color. El salón tiene un toque de color.
The room needed a pop of color. The room needed a pop of color.
Parker calls it a pop of color. Parker calls it a pop of color.
Let's look at our other phrase, glamorous.
Oh my gosh, it's so glamorous.
Very glamorous, huh?
En español, glamuroso. So we use this to talk about something very beautiful and often very expensive. Another example could be, this gown looks glamorous. Este vestido luce glamuroso.
Oh my gosh, it's so glamorous. Oh my gosh, it's so glamorous.
Very glamorous, huh? Very glamorous, huh?
Fashion, moda. Let's look at a sentence we can use to describe this picture. The model looks stunning in her long, flowy gown. La modelo lució espectacular con su vestido largo y fluido. Our first phrase, stunning.
Oh, those are stunning.
Oh, that is stunning.
Significa espectacular en español, and in English means extremely impressive or attractive. Another example is the sunset was stunning. La puesta de sol fue espectacular.
Oh, those are stunning. Oh, those are stunning.
Oh, that is stunning. Oh, that is stunning.
Our next phrase is flowy.
It's just like a long, flowy silk red.
En español sería fluido. This means hanging or moving in a smooth, graceful way. Another example could be, she wore a flowy skirt. Ella llevaba una falda fluida.
It's just like a long, flowy silk red. It's just like a long, flowy silk red.
Let's look at some more sentences to describe this. She has a great sense of style. Tiene un gran sentido de la moda. Let's look at this phrase, sense of style.
At least you have a great sense of style.
She definitely had a sense of style.
En español sería sentido de la moda. And in English, it's the way someone chooses their clothing and accessories. Another example is, she has a great sense of style. Ella tiene un gran sentido de la moda.
At least you have a great sense of style. At least you have a great sense of style.
She definitely had a sense of style. She definitely had a sense of style.
Another sentence we can use to describe is, she loves to wear high fashion clothes. Le encanta usar ropa de alta costura. So our phrase here is high fashion.
It's called high fashion, Erica.
I want to work in high fashion.
En español sería alta costura. And in English, we use this phrase to talk about clothing that is very stylish or very luxurious. Another example is, the models wore high fashion on the runway. Las modelos lucieron alta costura en la pasarela.
It's called high fashion, Erica. It's called high fashion, Erica.
I want to work in high fashion. I want to work in high fashion.
Wasn't that a fantastic visual journey? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to not miss any of our new exciting lessons. Now, you're armed with expressions that will make your English conversation sparkle. And here's a question for you in the comments. Which expression was your favorite and why? Share your thoughts and let's keep the learning going.